here I am. I think it's a Tuesday night, completely standard, just taking apart my leaf blower because it doesn't blow anymore. And well, I've got a compressor problem. Not on the leaf blower, on the blower that I'm going to use to blow the leaf blower, the air compressor. I know I got this blower, we're going to blow this blower with that blower. But we're not talking about the leaf blower today, we're talking about the air compressor. So today we're gonna do air compressor things to my garage to make blowing better. For the past many months, I have been working on some slight mild upgrades to my garage, and I could be done by now. I actually probably should be done by now. But the problem is I keep changing things, I keep adding things. For example, I put these super bright lights in here, but I don't like them because you have these janky cords that it just doesn't look good. So I got some sweet octagon lights that'll at least take me like a day to pull those down and get these put in. Probably 2 at the rate I work. Another example is wasn't too happy with how this tool holder situation turned out. These are kind of lightweight and janky, so I ordered a whole nice big set of steel pegboard and battery holders and power strips and some nice beefy tool holders, so those will be here in a few days. And also I had a lot of things break. I had a nice big power reel thing up there, and for some reason the spring decided to blow up on that. And then also I had a air hose reel over there, which the spring on that decided to blow up also, just like self-destructed. So I bought a new air hose reel, and when I did that, I learned 2 things. One is there's only 2 types of air hose reels: super expensive ones made for big tire shops, and then cheap Chinese ones. And I went with the cheap Chinese one, but I spiced it up a little bit with some sweet stickers. Also, this was the worst thing ever to install on the wall because those bolts right back there have absolutely no access at all. It was a beast to try and get a wrench on those to actually bolt this thing to the wall.
Hey, Zero to Awesome. I'm taking over the camera because Alan has surgery and can't really talk and will get in trouble if he does talk. So I will be explaining to you guys what he's working on today.
Did I get in trouble?
When are you not?
This is what we're doing.
This is what we're doing. I wasn't sure if you meant that literal.
I'll talk quietly. Demery can fill you in on the details. Basically, new air hose reel got put in. Old system wasn't great to begin with, but now that everything has moved, it doesn't work. There's one plug. This hose isn't even long enough, so we're actually plumbing everything in kind of the right way. And to do that, we have this giant box of parts. Let's go take a look at our parts. Here is the plan. Let's say this can is our air compressor, and this bucket of paint is our new hose reel. We're going to use this little 6-foot whip hose, this little 6-foot hose, out of the air compressor, hooks in the air compressor. It is then, through a series of bushings and reducers and various connectors, going to go into this air distribution block. This air distribution block will have 2 couplers, universal couplers, because I learned that I used to buy green fittings because I thought they looked cool. Didn't know the colors actually coordinate with a different type of air hose connector. And what you want is red. Red are kind of the standard ones that, well, everything works with if you're just working on cars in your garage. Out of the air distribution block, there'll be a valve. So we can shut off air to the reel. And out of that valve is the big hose, which is going to run up along the wall, through the ceiling, through the attic, and then down to the new air hose reel right over there.
I'm explaining all of that?
No, I was just trying to get to the point at the... Ta-da!
A couple things Alan wanted me to point out is that he purchased one of the bigger blocks so as not to inhibit airflow. And in doing so, purchased a bunch of different sizes of these things so that he can test out which one is going to fit the best. Plan is to mount this on the wall over here so that when he's working at the workbench and needs any air for whatever project he's doing, it's going to be readily available. So once that's mounted, he's going to plug in the hose. It's going to go up the wall, through the ceiling over here, and finally end up over there where Alan is currently at. It'll look much nicer and cleaner. First things first, we need to mount this on the wall and find where is going to be the best place to mount this. There's going to be a couple of studs, so once we locate those, we need to see where we need to screw this in, which conveniently did not come with screws. So Alan is currently on the hunt to find screws that will fit our block, and I think we just found some.
Ooh, I think those fit nicely.
Before we get started, Alan told me that I need to have tape for these fittings because if I don't have tape, they will leak air, and we really don't want that. So we're gonna take a mini field trip to the side of the garage over here where the special tape is, and we will continue to learn, more me learning, that this tape is special for these fittings. They help prevent the air from leaking out, but we don't want it to be too tight because if we do, then the fittings will crack, and that, I believe, would create an even bigger problem.
What do you think the chances are that there is something right here we can actually screw this into? Something, I think. And if it's crooked, I'll always see it forever. Nothing there. Something there. So it looks like we're going to do one screw into the stud and another screw into a really got somewhere in here. Got some super heavy duty drywall anchors. So we'll use that for the other screw. Share with you the progress that we've made.
Okay.
And you can speak loudly to the people at home
Okay.
if we need to. So check that out.
Checking out.
What do you think?
It is shiny and pretty, and I see some tape, and it's even.
It is even.
It's
that
a
did
little
take a
even.
while. Well, it's a little crooked. So fun fact, this valve barely clears the wall.
Okay.
So that worked out well. Also, all of those different adapters and fittings and stuff I bought, all the wrong size.
Love it.
Thankfully, for some reason, I had just the perfect amount of like the right couplers and stuff. So it looks kind of janky. I'll have to order the right ones. I've got multiple couplers, or there should just be one, but like I had just the perfect amount in my bins of spare parts to make it work. So the compressor's on.
Compressor's on.
Why don't you go ahead and plug the hose into the compressor?
Is this going to make that loud noise again?
No, just push real hard in there. Push hard straight in until it clips. There you go. Keep pushing, keep pushing. There you go. So what's that noise?
Air's leaking.
Yeah, so you know what's funny? It's not leaking from all these fittings. It's the brand new fitting that I bought.
Yeah.
Leaks.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to keep that in the whole time?
Well, no, I think, again, in my box of spare parts, this should be the right one.
Okay.
Which, do you know how mad it's going to make me to have the wrong color right there?
Yeah.
So, also, they make these, like, anti-blowback fittings. Here. They make these anti-blowback fittings, and I didn't buy them because they're like $15 a piece, but I think it might be worth it because this isn't fun. Oh, our sign fell down. So I'm going to switch out my brand new but broken coupler with the spare one that I have. Then we're gonna run the hose, hook it up, and we should be done.
Woo!
The hose has been run through the attic. I think I met every spider that lives in the attic. And also, I'm starting to get a little frustrated with new tools or new parts that you order, that you go buy and just don't work. So this is the end of the hose, the connector on the hose that I just ordered to run through the attic for this whole project. And I was up on the ladder after meeting every spider in my attic, and I could not get it to plug in to my new air hose reel. And this is supposed to be a universal connector. And I was thinking, oh, maybe I just ordered the wrong one. Maybe it's not a universal connector. But here we have a ARO fitting, the green fittings, which I like, that you should not buy even though they look cool. And it does not fit, does not connect. I have an industrial fitting, does not work on the industrial fitting. And the standard coupler, well, it works on this one, but not a brass fitting. So I guess it only works on some connectors. I don't know. That combined with the fact that one of these didn't show up working is really getting frustrating. But it's all installed, it's ready to go, and how am I gonna clean up this mess? Oh yeah. I need to use better nails on that. My whole new setup here might look a little bit like something out of a mad scientist's laboratory, but I think that kind of goes with the aesthetic and the vibe that I have going on here in my garage. Mostly chaos and nonsense, but everything's hooked up. All the hoses are run and clamped to the walls. They don't just flop around, and everything works. It doesn't leak. So we start here at our air compressor. We come up here where we've got a couple plugs that definitely match. They don't look weird at the workbench. And then we run through the attic all the way over here where we have our connection on the new hose reel. And to be completely honest, 99.99% of the time, that's going to be used just to put air in the tires of various cars that like to have flat tires. And over here, this is probably just going to be used for blowing sawdust off of things. So this might be a little bit of overkill. And we're gonna go get Dem, find out what she thinks, because she actually did all the hard work. And then I'm gonna fill my hole in the ceiling. So let's see what Dem thinks. Are these your normal garage clothes?
No, they're not. They're my fancy Thanksgiving dinner clothes.
Sounds right. What do you think?
Ooh, very nice. You know, I know you don't care for the color thingy, but it looks good.
Well, thank you for the help.
You're very welcome.
It's all installed and put away. There's only one small issue.
Uh-huh.
I put an extra hole in the ceiling.
Oh, you did? Yeah. Why did you do that?
I was just being silly. There you have it. Everything's all installed. I'm going to fix my hole in the ceiling. You're dressed to do spackle. Is this, you want to do?
Yes, this is my spackling outfit.
It's your spackling outfit. I'm going to go put my spackling outfit on, and then I'm going to spackle. See you later.
Bye.